Greetings, meatbags! It's always fun when an observation about something or someone turns out to be true, and Mr. Weider continues to speedrun his lolcow status. How, you might ask? By doing something else lolcows are famous for, doubling down. Oh, and of course, victim playing. Here, let's listen to what he has to say about the last video I made about him, and because I know he'll watch, I'll respond point by point. Hey, Mr. Weider, buckle up and enjoy the fruits of your primo lolcowing.
So this video from the channel Roboto-san is a clear, coordinated narrative damage control hit piece.
The term hit piece implies that I'm actively trying to assassinate his credibility. With all due respect, Mr. Weider, your credibility went right out the window with that first video, as we shall see while I reply to each point you make here.
On part of the Red Triangle Network, it does not engage with the evidence in good faith. Instead, it uses classical disinformation tactics to flip the narrative and protect the network.
Ah yes, evidence. Honestly, Mr. Weider, you didn't prove any of your assertions at all, neither there nor here. Let's ignore the ridiculous nature of the "they made me do it" over the internet defense for a moment and just concentrate on what you provide to back that up. Nothing. Not a damn screenshot showing someone begging you to buy a gun, nor a single one showing someone pressuring you into taking cannabis. Mr. Weider, this is exactly the kind of thing another lolcow called Cyrax does. Claims of proof, sans proof.
So here's the full breakdown. First, what the video actually does, it labels me an LOL cow. So that's internet slang for someone who provides endless entertainment through their own embarrassing oversharing. It mocks me for admitting to crimes, specifically substance use while possessing a firearm, and claims I am speed running lolcow status. It sarcastically suggests that my best legal defense would be to plead regarded status.
That is exactly right. Everything he said is what I said. Now watch him prove my point by doubling down and still admitting he has or had a gun while buying cannabis. Commission of a federal crime.
It presents my own public ledger documentation as self-incriminating oversharing while completely ignoring the context. Second, what the video deliberately omits, this is the core disinformation. The video never once addresses the documented multi-year setup. In early 2024, a network node called Chief Handler publicly cited the exact federal statutes, 18 USC 922 G3 and 18 USC 924, about the felony of being an unlawful user of controlled substances in possession of a firearm, referencing Hunter Biden's charges. This was months before Adam began pushing substances on me. In 2003 to 2024, Adam repeatedly pressured me, to buy the handgun, specifically on Arms List, a private sale platform that bypasses ATF Form 4473 and NICS background checks, framing it as protection and safer. From mid-2024 onward, Adam heavily encouraged and supplied the substances, oil, and cannabis products, while I already owned firearms. Then, on April 5th and 6th, 2026, after I started exposing Adam's contradictions, Adam sent me a partially filled Crime Stoppers form with my full name and home address and threatened to report me for the exact felony combination he had spent years helping create.
Mr. Weider, I assure you I understand your argument, and it is just as ridiculous as it was the first time I heard it. Basically, if I take everything you said at face value, you're trying to say you shouldn't be held accountable for being talked into committing crimes. Plural. You just admitted that you bought a gun, then started buying cannabis products while owning a gun. On a purely factual level, you, personally, admitted this is true. The problem is average people don't let themselves get talked into multi-year dramas where they're peer pressured into buying weapons and drugs. You appear to be an adult. The court will treat you as one. Your only hope of someone taking your defense seriously is if the court finds you are mentally handicapped in some way. I stand by that. Contact some lawyers in your area. They too will tell you your defense is useless.
And he said if I didn't take down the videos exposing him, that's what he would do. None of this timeline is mentioned in the video. It treats my substance use and firearm possession as isolated, self-inflicted crimes rather than the result of a coordinated, long-term trap.
Bullshit detected.
Actually, Mr. Weider, I let the entire audio from your video play, so those things absolutely were mentioned by your AI.
Third, additional key omissions. The video says nothing about Adam's documented lies about his own identity and life. There are no Texas records despite years of claims about living in Houston, Galveston, and South Padre. It ignores Adam's admission that he infiltrated Jake Shields' channel as a moderator and superfan specifically to collect rage clips.
Of course I ignored that. Some dude's trolling activities have no bearing whatsoever on whether a fully brained adult human can be bullied into buying a gun and drugs.
It says nothing about the parallel handler operation Adam ran on me. Substance pushing, photo collection, financial extraction of $1,200.
There you go again with more self-incrimination. You said he provided you with drugs. You also just said you provided him with money. That's how drug dealing works, Mr. Weider.
Then weaponizing the exact leverage he built. It ignores the fact that the network has been silent on Adam's overt Crime Stoppers threat, while simultaneously running smears about the same oil and firearm issues.
Here's the problem with that. If you actually have a gun and drugs, it's not a false report. You admitted to having a gun and drugs. Is that not what a tip site is for?
Finally, how this defends the network. By focusing solely on my so-called admission and framing them as proof I am an unstable lolcow, the video shifts all blame onto me. It downplays and actually erases the premeditated multi-node felony setup. It protects Adam, Chief Handler, Toby, and the broader network by pretending the threat and the setup never happened. It turns the victim's public documentation into a classic, containment tactic. So this is not honest commentary. It is deliberate disinformation designed to make the target look like the problem while shielding the network's coordinated operation.
Mr. Weider, I am simply someone who comments on lolcows. On an objective level, that is what you most definitely are at this point. Let me play another bit from the upcoming lolcow traits video.
Playing the victim. Lolcows are sensitive to criticism and, above all, the truth. Rather than taking a hard look at themselves, it's much easier to assume the rest of the world is simply victimizing them for being unique or special. The higher their self-worth, the more outrageous the victimization becomes. Who could forget how Timbo tried to rebrand being outed as a sicko by framing that as a crucifixion? How Cyrax refused to believe his utter lack of talent was what kept him from success in any field. How... Well, again, you get the point.
I'm not part of any network, cult, or whatever other madness you have going on in your brain, Mr. Weider. I just like to laugh at people who willingly make asses of themselves on social media. It's not a conspiracy, it's literally public entertainment.